Hello. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to run a presentation effectively. Before running your presentation, you will need to set up and test your voting keypads. If you do not know how to do this, then please watch the video I have linked in the description or refer to the ClickerPad Quick Start Guide. The first thing that I'm going to show you is a feature called Auto Launch Votes. Now this is a feature that should be switched on by default. To check that it is on, go to the Add-ins menu, the ClickerPad menu, and then when you look down the list you will see Auto Launch Votes. If this has a tick next to it, it means that Auto Launch Votes is enabled. To show you an example of what Auto Launch Votes does in a presentation, I'm going to run my slideshow. Now when you go to a voting slide, the voting box is going to appear, which shows you that the vote has been launched. Once the vote has been launched, you proceed as you normally would on your voting slide. Now I'm going to show you how to turn off Auto Launch Votes. To do this, make your way back to the ClickerPad menu, and this time, where you see Auto Launch Votes, you're then going to click on it. Once you have clicked it, a window is going to come up confirming that Auto Launch Votes has been switched off. Click OK. I'm going to run the presentation again, and this time, when I get to a voting slide, you will notice that it doesn't automatically start the vote. So to make the vote start, we're going to have to use the V key on the keyboard. Once pressed, you should see the votes box come up to confirm the vote has started. Once it is started, you can proceed with it as normal. Next, I'm going to show you a countdown vote. From this point on, I have turned Auto Launch Votes back on. I'm now going to show you a countdown vote. You will see that even though the vote has launched, which you can tell because the voting box has appeared, the timer hasn't started counting down yet. In order to get the timer to start counting, you're going to need to advance a slide using the method you prefer to advance your slides. For example, I use the Enter key. This is because by default on a countdown vote, you will have to manually start your timer. The next thing that I'm going to show you is how to completely reset a vote after it has been completed. To do this, we're going to use the V key again. To show you this in practice, I'm going to run this slide here and then vote on it. Now that the voting slide has data on it, the graph has appeared, we're going to use the V key to restart the vote. Once you have pressed the V key, the graph will disappear and the votes box will come back. It is very important to note, however, that when you do this, whatever data was collected on that voting slide will be cleared. Now I'm going to show you how to restart a vote whilst in the middle of voting by using the R key. I'm going to demonstrate this by using a countdown vote. We are going to run this slide and start the timer, but someone participating in the vote asked for a further explanation. As you can see, the timer has gone down, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the R key and reset the timer. However, when doing this, the people who had already voted will have their votes reset and have to vote again. The reason that this is different from the V key is that the V key can only happen when there is not a vote currently active, whereas the R key is done when there is an active vote currently open on the slide. I'm now going to show you how to use an animation. In this example, I'm going to use a quiz type question which has a correct answer on it. Animations can really enhance quiz type questions which have correct answers. The animation has been set to fade. This will happen after the vote has been completed. Now we're going to run the vote on this slide. Now that the vote has finished, you will notice the animation hasn't appeared yet. In order for the animation to appear, you're going to have to use your preferred method of advancing the slides. I use the Enter key. The final thing that I'm going to show you is how to delete all the data on your presentation. If you want to keep your presentation data, then you can save the presentation as. Then, when you clear the data, you can use the same presentation again, just save it as a different name. To clear all that data, you're going to go to the Add-ins menu, the ClickerPad menu, and then you're going to go down to Voting Results. From Voting Results, you're going to pick Clear Data Reset. When you click this, you will be given 2 further warnings, so if you clicked it by accident, don't worry, you haven't just deleted all your data. If you're going to do this deliberately, then you want to click Yes on both of the windows. Now all of your slides will go back to showing a sample graph. This is how you know that they no longer contain any data on it. Thank you for watching. I hope that this was able to help you and that you are now confident enough to use what I have shown you in a real situation. If I haven't answered your question or you're still experiencing some difficulties, please check the ClickerPad support forum or email support@clickerpad.com.